Good afternoon. Thank you so much for coming out today to be in this presentation. My name is Ching-Hsuan. I used to work here. Right now I work at Western Kentucky University. It's more than an honor to be able to come back. Thank you so much for having me back here. Today I'm going to talk about Taiwan, and we have two policies. And I entitled the presentation as Keep Trash Off the Ground. What does that title mean to you? So if you have some trash, you lift up.
Sounds like an order.
Sounds like an order. Confucianism. So we are obedient. If the government tells us things that we think we can do, then we will most likely we will do it. I think in general, we do not challenge the authority. It's not true anymore because now I've lived in the United States for a while. So as the picture shows here, when we have trash, when I say we, I mean Taiwanese, we hold that in our hand. If you go to Taipei or different cities in Taiwan, normally you do not see trash cans. You do not see trash cans in public because the government wants you to be in charge of your own trash. If you throw away that in public area, that becomes government's problem. So when you have trash, you keep that in your hand, and they don't land until you go home. If you have to have your trash in your hand, and you're not allowed to dump it somewhere, what would you do? Would you consider maybe consume product that has less packaging, right? You think twice. No, 4 times before you buy something. I think twice of the things I have already thought twice before I buy a thing because the policy is there. Today we have 3 agendas here. The first one, we are going to start with where Taiwan is. Second, I would like to talk about what it was like 10 years ago before we had these two wonderful policies. And third, we will talk about the 2 important policies. What are they? So where is Taiwan? Anyone knows? Over there? Very tiny, that's right. When I was Googling the right pictures, the first picture I found, there was no Taiwan on it. So disqualified right away. The second one, very lucky, the Taiwan is there. What's the color of Taiwan over there? The color? Right. So this is Taiwan. And to put that in perspective, Jiyoung and Jim, they just talked about Korea. Korea is right here. And our next speaker will talk about Japan. It's right here. You can see we're neighboring countries. Okay. So what was it like in Taiwan when household trash was on the ground? Before I talk about that, let's review what it is like in the United States. How do you dump your household trash? In the United States, a lot of you own your individual houses. So you have the space to put out the big trash can full of 1 week worth of trash because you have the space for that 2 trash can. But as Jim talked about earlier, Taiwan is highly populated. We do not have that space for those 2 trash cans. So what do we do? And also for the food, you cannot finish. You grind it, it's gone. In Taiwan, we do not have that. So where do we take care of our kitchen waste? I didn't choose this one intentionally, but I think this is the reality. In some apartment complex, that you do have overflowed trash. So if you live in an apartment, again, it's a similar situation like it is in Taiwan. You do not have your own space right in front of a yard. So you take your trash to the trash can whenever you have time, right? And if the trash can, the trash truck, garbage truck didn't pick up in time, that's what it would be like. And when the when the truck comes by in the United States, the truck I've seen have those machine, like kind of, how do you call that, the plow? And pick up the big dumpster and then dump it. So that is how I understand the situation in the United States in terms of how you take care of the household waste. So 10 years ago, before Taiwan had those two policies, the trash was on the ground like this. I feel embarrassed, but right now Taiwan is different. So this is 10 years ago. Look at this place where residents dumped their trash. There is no sign, right? So people creatively designate a place near their home to dump their trash. If you were the apartment or house owner of that unit, how do you feel? Your neighbors came by, dump their trash because there's no place for them to dump their trash. And you can't ask people who live on the fourth floor to dump the trash in front of their own house because there's no space. So that was the reality. And if you pay close attention, you notice the trash was bagged differently. Some of them are orange, some of them are black, and some of them are tied up nicely, some of them are loose tied or not tied at all. And you can also see big size, oversized furniture. And you can even see the things you don't even know what that is, probably tree branches. So it was like this in almost every corner in Taiwan 10 years ago, not now. So, and also, we still don't have those trucks equipped with those big clouds to pick up the dumpster. So still now people have to use their bare hand or with gloves to pull the trash into the truck. So we thought to ourselves, this had to change so we could have a cleaner Taiwan. And as obedient residents, the government says, from now on, you can't dump your trash on the ground. Then we ask, where? Because there's no space. And the government said, well, when I tell you, you can come out from your house with the trash, that's when you come out. So now the policy says, so in Taiwan, the trash matters. Because the land is so tiny and we are highly populated, 24 million of people. The size of Taiwan is smaller than the state of Ohio, probably 1/3. So think about, if you could own a house, the individual standing alone house, you are considered super wealthy in Taiwan because not many people has their own house. So how to take care of trash has become a very, very important issue in Taiwan. In Taiwan, taking care of your own trash is national sport. So here in the United States, you watch football, right? When football is on, everybody goes to watch football. In Taiwan, when trash comes, everybody goes to chase the truck. It's a national sport. Everybody participates. And if you don't, you get an earful from your neighbor, from the police. We have civic police as well. So let's take a look at the policies here. The first one, keep trash off the ground. And that includes garbage separation. So you have to do the recycling. And you have to know what kind of, you need to know the classification of trash. And also how they collect your trash and recycling. And the second one is per bag trash collection fee. If you want to throw away your trash, you have to pay. And that makes you think, again, 4 times before you buy something. How many trash bags do I need if I buy that package of objects? So the first one, keep trash off the ground. First of all, it is mandatory. It is not an option. You can't opt out. If you live in Taiwan, you have to. A lot of students of mine, before they went to Taiwan, when they are planning their trip to Taiwan, trash is the least thing on their mind. But when they arrive in Taiwan, they came to realize immediately trash is something stay on their mind, even after they finish their study abroad program. When they come back to the United States, usually they become more environmental aware. So 4 major categories of recycles in Taiwan. The first one, flat. So anything you can recycle that is flat, category 1. Category 2, non-flat. So for example, if you want to, is it flat or not? Non-flat, because if you touch it, it's not flat. So use your finger if that's flat. Because if you put this with flat objects, when the sanitation crew pick up your trash, they can't stack up. It will tilt. Then your trash will be refused to be collected. And I will show you a video later how they refuse receiving your trash. So this is non-flat. Third one, oversized furniture appliances, for example, refrigerator. And fourth one is kitchen waste. So again, we do not have this thing in Taiwan. So you have to separate your food away from other objects. And this sign here is our recycling sign. You see the 4 arrows represent 4 different types. And within the kitchen waste, you have to separate again further. For example, if that's still eatable. Because if that's eatable, you put that in the little bucket. And when the truck comes, you have to put that in the right big can, because those goes to the farm for pigs. I feel very sorry for pigs. And if the food is already rotted, bad, for example, or with bones, like chicken bones, pig bones, then they will be used as a fertilizer. And they can. So the kitchen waste that is ready for pig cannot contain any bones, otherwise you kill them. And so for collecting certain things on certain day, you need to have a very nice planner and to write down what to be collected on that day. For example, general trash, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, no Sunday, no Wednesday. And kitchen waste, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Again, no Sunday. Therefore, you need to think 5 times what to eat on Saturday, because the next day there's no pickup. If you have a lot of leftover, that would be an issue, because they're gonna become very smelly in your home. Third one, flat recyclables. Monday and Friday. If you show up with your bundled newspaper on Tuesday, then you are very sorry, because nobody will collect your trash. And not only that, your neighbor seeing you with newspaper on Tuesday, they're going to roll their eyes, thinking you don't have an iPhone to keep your calendar. And so non-flat, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Oversized recyclable, you have to call them, make appointments. If they are not available, then that refrigerator you are about to throw away stay in your house until they are available. Therefore, when you go to Best Buy in Taiwan, we don't have Best Buy, but when you go to those Best Buy type of store to buy a refrigerator, one of the first questions they ask you is, have you made an appointment to have your old one to be taken away? And if you don't have an appointment, sometimes they don't sell that to you because you don't have space for it. And they are not going to take your old big appliances for you. And also, again, public trash cans are rarely available. So it is possible, for example, in the morning you go out, you buy a can of Coke, and then you still have that on your way home on the bus because you didn't see any trash can, and you can't dump it on the ground. In Taiwan, people take pictures of you. If you dare throw away your trash on the ground, your picture next hour will be on Facebook. And we call that flash search, flash the people body. They will search you. And Taiwan is very tiny, very small. So people in Taiwan, we use Facebook effectively. If your picture is posted, like the violator, next hour, people will identify where you are. For example, you're shopping somewhere, people post it right away. It is true in Taiwan, so do not do anything illegal in Taiwan. Let me show you. Okay, I'm going to show you a video clip. this person is really happy because he finally found the truck. Okay, is that too?
What are you doing here?
Throwing all the garbage
How about others?
out of my take the luggage and go traveling.
Okay, you sure? You did that, right?
Sometimes they play the music.
Yeah, good job.
You see the two big cans? Those are for kitchen waste. You have to see two. Do you remember why we need two? Pigs and non-pigs, right? Did you hear the music? Do you recognize what music is that?
Ice cream truck.
Is that for Alice or probably yeah, for Elise. That is the truck jingle in Taiwan. When you hear that, you know your rescue has arrived. So that's that. So that's the policy, keep the trash off the ground. Second policy is per bag trash collectible fee, collection fee. First of all, again, it is mandatory. And I'm about to show you a video. The person tried to dump the trash without using the right trash can bag. We have different sizes, just like it is in Korea, and then we use different colors to differentiate them. Each of them is about 80 cents US dollars. To me, I think that's rather expensive. Doesn't that make you think 4 times before you create trash? It does make Taiwanese people think many times before they buy things. And you are not allowed to 100% to have the trash 100% of the bag because you won't be able to tie it up. And when you cannot tie it up securely, the trash is gonna fall out, and that creates more trash on the ground. So there's a line, you can't go over that line. And recently, there's a new movement that we turn trash can bags into shopping bags. So there'll be only 1 bag in Taiwan when you go out. Again, if you go to, say, like Kroger in Taiwan, again, we don't have Kroger, but supermarkets in Taiwan or any shops, you won't be given a bag for free. You always need to bring your own bags. If you want to purchase a bag, you can, but first of all, people roll their eyes at you again because you're not environmental friendly. You don't think about the earth. You want to buy more bags? Don't you know that hurt our earth? So people give you those lectures. Sometimes you still have to buy. Then that is probably about 50 cents a bag. 50 cents a bag. So nowadays we promote that if we can turn all the bag into trash can bag and also the shopping bag, then we only need 1 bag in Taiwan. So let's watch a video when your trash can bags are not city approved. The language is Chinese. It's in Chinese, so if you're taking Chinese, it's a great chance for listening comprehension. If you haven't started learning Chinese, hopefully this video gets you interested.
后面的黑衣男子也跟着丢，但却被清洁人员扫害，他一脸错愕。放慢动作，再看一次。黑衣男子要丢垃圾时，垃圾车不仅没有放慢速度，清洁人员看不到1秒，就和黑衣男子说：“你垃圾没有分类，一手 把垃圾袋挥开，导致垃圾散落一地，甚至还砸到黑衣男子。垃圾车直接开走，黑衣男子抓抓头，好像觉得很无奈。
So it was saying when the sanitation crew waved away the trash, he says, "Run back." And that's it. So the guy has to go back and then buy the ride back and then come back. Remember, no Sunday, no Wednesday. So next Thursday to dump the trash. Okay. Of course, that received a lot of criticism. You know, the sanitation crew was rude. But then the sanitation crew said, well, he was in wrong first. So he asked for it. Yeah. Okay, I'm almost done, don't worry. I'm going to show you another news clip. It is in Chinese, but let's focus on several things like we want to see in this news clip. First of all, you see people keep the trash in hand. Second, a garbage truck makes stops along the street to pick up the trash, and you can listen to the truck jingle again. And also you will see people use city-approved bags. And also sanitation crew inspect residents' trash. In Taiwan, the sanitation crew has authority to inspect your bag. And if you have made, because usually the same crew and same residents, so if you make one mistake, they inspect your bag probably twice next time because you have lost that credibility. And they can give you a ticket as well. And also now, the last one, APP, so the app. In Taiwan, people can use app to find, for example, if the pickup time in my residential area is 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I work full-time, there's no way I can dump the trash. You have several options. One, you use this app to find the neighbors who are available, so you can pass down your trash to them. Of course, you give them some fees, maybe $1 or $2, depends on the app you use. And in my brother's case, he lives in an area, the trash pickup time is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So he was never able to make it to the truck. And what he does was to collect his own trash, household trash, put that in the trunk of his car, and drive to his company, and find the nearby residential area whose pickup time is around the time he's at work. So he has to, every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, he has to talk to his boss. So on those days, he has to take 20 minutes off, carry the trash from his trunk of his car, and go to the pickup place to dump. This policy has created, of course, a lot of inconvenience, but in return, we have a very clean Taiwan. If you go to Taiwan, you do not see trash on the ground. So give and take, and we're obedient. So it works out in Taiwan. So let's watch this clip.
Good news. Americans are living longer than ever before.
台湾实行垃圾不落地，除非社区里面有集中管理，否则一般民众大概都得等固定时间等垃圾车了。忙碌的上班族说：“真的等不及怎么办呢？”有新创团队推出的 App 程式，帮你配对方圆1公里内的好邻居变成忍者，帮你收取垃圾。
熟悉的音乐声响，就知道得冲出门丢垃圾。如果赶不及指定的时间，就得明日请早，垃圾得再多放1天。对不少忙碌的上班族而言，赶回家倒垃圾很棘手。现在有更便利的解决方法。
中间这个也可以快速去定位你现在的位置，在这里输入你要倒的垃圾。
So how many bags of trash you have?
忍者来收垃圾。
手机 App 程式梅格选择住家地点方圆1公里内配对忍者，就是帮你顺便收垃圾的好邻居。到指定时间地点拿取，每次费用40元，附结账条码和专属的垃圾袋。收垃圾的忍者扫描标章贴纸就能领款，800元则能包1个月，还能3个账号共用，让合租者团购。
白天没人帮我倒，晚上可能你的那个区域可能没有垃圾车。 那可能就要委托人家。带小孩子外出的话，就是没有人帮我倒垃圾，其实也是这样，是一个蛮便利的。
上班族错过这个倒垃圾时间，所以就在房子里面积了非常非常多垃圾。那我想说，有没有一个好的方式可以提供他们去消费，就是去处理这些垃圾？
以往不方便自己倒垃圾，可能会请邻居帮忙，对方着手清洁费。
So they are expecting your bag.
配对，不少家庭主妇举手之劳倒垃圾，还能借此赚外快，也让上班族省去麻烦。TVB。
So because of the inconvenience of the trash pickup time, now housewife has a new business. They are on those apps. So if your neighbor is working full-time, you're making a lot of money because you think about a building, probably 80% of them are working full-time, and you collect their trash and carry all of them to the pickup place, and one bag is $1.20 from your neighbor. And so now the housewives in Taiwan are rich. Okay. So again, trash matters in Taiwan. It is a very important national sport in Taiwan that everybody participates. You are not allowed to opt out. But again, now we have a very clean country that we are very proud of. That will be the end of my presentation. Do you have any questions?
This is fascinating. I'm wondering, the fellow whose trash bag was refused by the sanitation workers, is it not possible that he walks away with that bag, he's on a block where he's walking by himself, and he just drops it? In other words, how does the country prevent the sort of vandalism, littering, where someone doesn't want to follow the system? What happens then?
We have civilian cameras everywhere in Taipei. And so in a way, you can say privacy is completely intruded. But if you, for example, lose your wallet in Taipei, you go to a police station, you tell them approximately which intersection you lose your wallet. People dare not to pick up your wallet because everything's on camera. And so if somebody is walking by the place and dump the trash, people do ask the police to review the civilian videos and find the person on Facebook, and the people will be identified pretty much the same day, right? But of course, there are times we can't find the person, and because the idea of having no trash on the ground is so deeply rooted in Taiwanese people's mind. If we see trash on the ground, we know it's not supposed to be the people pick up and then put that away, especially if that's right outside your house. Right. Mm-hmm. Any other questions? Go ahead, Jim.
So the professor that Ching-Hsuan talked to in Taiwan to help us was Professor Wang Wen-Ma.
Mm-hmm.
And he came to Ohio Wesleyan 2 months ago, a month ago. And he told us about furniture. It sounds amazing to me, but according to him and his wife, when you have furniture to discard, you take it to a place, and you take it to a place which is a furniture discard place. I may be not getting that exactly right. And they try to fix it. If they can repair it, then it's repaired, and then someone else can buy it. So it's a furniture drop-off resale place. I imagine it functions rather like our Goodwill in terms of its effect. Do you know about this?
Yes. So if the big size furniture is no longer fixable, then they will take care of that, smash it, and then reuse the materials. But if it's fixable, yes, right now in Taiwan, it is also promoted that you fix the big size furniture and then reuse and then sell them. And then the proceeds will belong to the government, the city. If you,
So you said that 10 years ago things were very different, and I was wondering about the transition process. How difficult was it for people to get to the place where they are now?
Right. It was difficult in the sense that the people complained, but usually it's just among people. They do not protest. And so the government was able to enforce the law. But I think a few years later, about 2 or 3 years later, when we started to see the change, then people came to understand that we were glad that the government was able to enforce the law. But yes, at the time when the law was first introduced, introduced, and enforced, people complained very much. But I think Taiwan's people at the time were at the point that we want a change because trash is everywhere. So, but the policy did receive some criticism in the beginning, but not severe. Okay, thank you so much.
One more quick question. No, I'm not doing the MC stuff anymore. Over the with Robin Nagel's talk about the dangers of people who work in the garbage trucks and things like that. When I'm watching those videos, I'm seeing this thing, truck come down the street and people are running and there's traffic, and somehow this seems to me like a real big liability to have everybody sort of running after trash trucks. The issue of exploding things, now maybe there's more organizations so you don't have that likelihood as much, but there's a lot of dangers that people who deal with waste, have to deal with. This seems like you're spreading this around to everybody.
You might have already noticed that the sanitation crew, most of the time, do not touch residents' trash. You see the residents throwing their own trash, and accidents did happen from time. Accidents do happen from time to time. The explosion, and for example, those things that hurt, like glass, can hurt either residents or sanitation crew's hand. But to answer your question, the reliability, for example, you have a whole bunch of residents running after the truck. We were born and raised in that way. So it is the truth that we run and we watch our safety. And next time when you visit Asia, a lot of foreigners, when they first come to Asia, they don't know how to cross the street because the cars, in the United States, drivers are very gentle. They stop and wait for people to pass. For example, if you drive on campus, say Ohio State is a big campus, you have students walking across the street, in my perspective, only my opinions, American students walking without looking. Because in the United States, you can do that because cars stop. So in the US, we have been educated that cars will stop for us. So if the cars are running on the street, you feel that's dangerous. In Taiwan, in Taipei, or in China, cars don't stop. So you have to watch out for yourself. So when we run after the truck, we see if any other cars coming. And so we are skillful. Ironically, accidents, that's why I say it's a national sport. Ironically, accidents due to chasing truck probably have rarely happened. If it happened, it would be on the news, and I haven't seen one recently. So, and back to the general context, in Taiwan, if you go across the street, you do watch for your own safety. You don't expect cars to stop for you because unless it's a red light, they don't have to. If it is their green light and you choose to walk across the street without looking two sides, if there's an accident, it's the person who walks' fault. It's not the car's fault in Taiwan. Please, Taiwan welcomes people. Please, please still visit Taiwan. If you have any more questions, we can wait until the next speaker. Thank you so much. Thank you.